Hey, what's up, everybody? TGIF, happy Friday. I gotta say that the firing of Tucker Carlson by Fox News really took me by surprise. I mean, for a number of reasons. First of all, Carlson was the number one anchor on Fox, he had the highest ratings. And also, it seemed to me when they brought Tucker on, it kind of ushered in um, almost a different editorial content that we had been used to at Fox. Look, I worked at Fox for over 10 years. I could tell you stories about, the stuff I was doing on the business side over there and how everything was framed to present a certain editorial view, and there was really no there was no leeway from the way we had to present that. I mean, I've given you examples in the past where we would be given topics on things we would discuss about the economy, and they would send me uh, data, if you want to call it that. It was wrong. I mean, this is what I do as a living. So I know, like, I check the Fed's data every day. I check the Treasury, all that. And I would tell them, I'd say, look, this is wrong. I mean, you just have this wrong. It's backwards. And the producers would be like, it's okay. That's what we want to say. So everything was editorialized, and it wasn't real journalism. I mean, they weren't bringing you the truth. They were bringing you a point of view. But when I saw Tucker Carlson come on, and in particular his discussions or criticism of like the war in Ukraine and the military defense budget and a lot of things that have are deeply embedded in the establishment, and that he went against. And still he was the top guy in terms of their viewership. And he was negotiating a new contract of 20 million a year, up from I think 10 million a year. And the fact that they let him go over the lawsuit, Dominion, to me just struck me as kind of bizarre because, and I'm going to echo Megyn Kelly here, who I'm not like a huge fan of Megyn Kelly, but every once in a while, I do listen to her, and she comes up with some she's very intelligent. She comes up with some very good points. Like, what about Maria Bartiromo? What about Judge Jeanine Pirro? Okay, what about Suzanne Scott, who's the CEO of Fox News? I mean, they allowed this to happen. Suzanne Scott, underneath her leadership, they allowed this to happen. They knew the problems it was generating. They knew they would be facing a lawsuit. I did not see Tucker Carlson as a big promoter of the Dominion voting scandal. I saw him very much as an anti-war, anti-establishment, pro regular American, like we ought to be thinking about making the investments and things we need in America. And that was very much outside the realm of Fox editorial content for the years that I knew Fox. And I thought it was refreshing. I thought it was a great thing. And actually, I proposed a long time ago when I was a business contributor at Fox to do kind of like an MMT, not even a show. I mean, I said, let's do a segment and to expose how mainstream economics and the policy that we use, throughout the establishment of mainstream economics And by the way, that also applies to what's taught at the highest universities. I mean, it's just complete garbage, and it is really, I don't know if you want to say it's destroying the economy, but it's twisting it in a way where we have never seen income and wealth inequality like we have right now. And it also has made the United States a belligerent nation in order to achieve economic goals. It's not so much on competition anymore or on merit. It's about blackmail. It's about forcing countries to adopt our way. So the fact that Tucker was out there talking about these things, I saw that as a breath of fresh air. And I saw that as hopefully a shift in a new direction. But there you go. He's gone. Now, listen, I'm not crying for Tucker Carlson. He's going to get his 20 million bucks, which is great. He's never going to have to worry. He's made a lot of money. And I guess he deserves it. I don't know. I kind of think like journalism in general is highly overpaid, and it really comes down to ratings, and it doesn't come down necessarily to facts and objectivity. But that's the world we live in nowadays. That's certainly the U.S. society. That's how everything is driven by ratings and sales. And so, we're kind of separated in many cases from the truth because ratings, sales, profits, Wall Street, that comes first. That comes first. And as long as the moneyed interests are the ones, basically the system, the political system's been captured by the moneyed interest. That's not something that I'm suddenly, opening up your eyes to. I'm sure you understand this. But even like elections are a fraud. And I don't mean they're a fraud in the sense of cheating by the vote counting machines. They're a fraud in the sense that this is not a true democracy. We're not Switzerland where if they have an issue, they'll hold a referendum and, in a week or 2 weeks, they'll have a vote and the majority wins. This is a representative democracy where we elect representatives to hopefully go to Washington to represent our interests. But once they're there, they're captured by big money, by lobbyists, by corporations. And, we see the trend there. I mean, the wealth, the assets, it all flows up to the top. And I don't know at this point if it's even possible to break that system apart, to pry that apart. If it's going to rely on a political process that we have in place right now, then I don't see that coming apart. As a matter of fact, I see that intensifying because, the more power they get, the more influence they get. And so, we're all just here. We're all just here to do our little thing and hopefully get by and not be like a bunch of ants that are going to get stepped on. But, yeah, the Tucker Carlson thing really shocked me. I mean, Maria Bartiromo, come on. Judge Pirro. I mean, come on, folks. Seriously? They're still over there? I mean, these were like the number one promoters of this fallacy from day one. And they just, doubled down and tripled down on it every single day. So I don't understand the logic of it, and maybe that's my problem, is that it has nothing to do with logic. It has to do with somehow, behind the scenes risk to the corporation and money risk based on further lawsuits. But to pick Tucker Carlson, I mean, I don't know. I just think, and believe me, I'm not like 100% fan. I would say I'm neutral on the guy. There's aspects of his journalism, if you want to call it that, his journalistic bravery. I mean, it's Fox. You're talking about Fox. I couldn't say little things about, hey, you got your treasury numbers wrong or something like that because it didn't gel with what they wanted to say. But anyway, that's all I want to talk about this morning. And I hope everybody's having a good start off on your Friday. Weekend's coming up. And it's springtime, folks. See everybody later. Bye.